Yeah, we in it.
Let's go.
All right, live from the HydroBar. It's your man Rico. All right, on my page. I definitely want to thank you for coming out.
Hey, yeah, man, no doubt.
All right, so I have in the studio today Larry Morinia.
Morinia.
Morinia. Close enough. So here's what's up. Larry and I got to go back to it. We tried doing this a little earlier and everything. I said something, but you know how things happen. You're like, nah. All right. I'm going to give you some backfill so that way you guys can be on the same page with me, with Larry, and you can really go and delve in and marinate, where we're at and relate to where we're at. First off, I'm going to say, how long have we known each other?
Man, maybe 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Maybe not even that, because I think the first time we met might have been like a Wednesday. So it was about maybe 10 days, maybe.
10 days.
If we lucky. Because I think we met the Wednesday, and then on Thursday, you came to work. So
he said came to work. You know why he said came to work? This is my boss. This is my boss, y'all. Okay, I hired at Holiday Inn Express.
yes, sir.
Basically, what was is that I wanted to be more free for y'all and to be able to come out and work with y'all. About getting my health right, and I want to help people get their health right. And so, with that, I needed to be freed up during the day. So I went and looked for a night job.
Yes, sir.
I reached out to a friend. He put me in touch with Larry. And Larry called me up. And the one thing that I remember first about talking to you, first thing he said, he's tired. My man said, I'm tired.
Tired.
Now, I'm looking for a job. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I got to do everything I can to go help this man. I'm an asset. I'm going to go in there, I'm going to work hard and everything. I'm going to learn it, whatever I got to do. That way this man doesn't have to take away from his family. He get his rest.
Right.
That's the whole thing that I'm thinking about. I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm thinking, okay, he said he's tired because, look, he ain't playing around. He don't want nobody coming and playing the job.
Yeah, no, not at all.
But I believe that's how you felt as well,
Of course,
right?
Of course.
You tell me, how was things before I came in? You said that you were doing a lot of hours. How many hours were you putting in?
I was putting in about 60 hours a week, and it was because I was working doubles.
Right.
So basically after the holiday, we had lost an employee, and once we lost him, we had to fill in those nighttime hours. Now, I didn't want to overwork the other guy I had for night audit, so I just started picking up the hours. So
Right.
I'd work in the morning. I'd get to work probably, 11 and work until about 6 or 7 at night. Then I would go home and sleep for about 4 or 5 hours and then get back in there by about 12. And this way I could keep everybody's hours managed and then work into the morning, go to sleep for 4 more hours. So it was sleep, work, sleep, work.
And you also
work.
have kids.
I have 4 kids, 2 young ones that need to get picked up from school, get taken back, and it just so happened that week my 2 older ones came too. So
Wow.
all 4 of them at the house.
And something that a lot of people, well, I know a lot of people do know,
Right.
but my followers may not know, but Larry is actually a retired pro ball player.
Yes, sir.
All right? My man Ball.
Yeah.
He moved a rock.
Yes,
all right?
sir.
And you're still playing.
Yes, I still play. Well, I'm not playing professionally anymore, but I still play in leagues. I play about 4 or 5 days a week. Sunday in the league, Monday in the league. Tuesday I actually play against the professional team. I practice against them just to get them ready, and I do a little scout team. I bring some of my buddies, and we kind of put together the game plan that the opposition that they're playing against kind of has.
Okay.
If they have a fast guard, then I play fast. If they have a slow guard, then I play methodical, But I try to help them out because, there's a new team. It's in our city, and so I represent our city. So I do that on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Sunday, Monday, and Wednesdays I'm in leagues, and then Friday and Saturdays are kind of like my
Are y'all
time.
listening to this, man? This is a professional black basketball player. You said something this morning, and I don't know if you realize. You just said it. My sports. I'm not big on sports.
Right.
My history is Magic, Worthy. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
The
right.
Dream Team.
Mhm.
After that, I don't know what basketball is anymore.
Right.
Football, I'm like, okay, is it on? Cool. If it's not, I
Right,
ain't worried
no
about
biggie.
it. What is the percentage of the population of the world that are professional athletes?
There's 4% basketball players in the whole world. 4% of us. So, that's crazy, right?
Yeah, I
4%
don't know
of
if
the
y'all grasp what I'm saying. If there's 10 people in the room, guaranteed, basically, not one of us is a pro player. But if there's 100 people in a room, maybe 4
Right.
are professional athletes.
Yep.
So that means when you're performing at a level that a lot of people are not
Man,
performing
like,
at.
yeah, it's a whole different level, and it's the cream of the crop. You know what I mean? So it's if any advantages that you can make in your career, we all try them. So if you see somebody who's playing well, you're like, what are you drinking these days? What are you eating for lunch? It's a lot of I would say it's a lot of copycat. Like basketball is it's a copycat thing. If LeBron James has got a personal trainer, if LeBron James has a nutritionist, well, we're all gonna do that because whatever makes him great, I'm gonna try to I'm gonna try to duplicate that so that way I can be just as great. So, everything is a copycat thing. If you see a guy who's like killing and he's drinking a lot of Gatorade, well, everybody's gonna start drinking Gatorade. You know what I mean?
And what's crazy is like if you guys ever meet Larry, his presence, okay, it's a very he's present, and his presence is very like intense. He loves his job. He loves what he does. You've been a GM at the hotel for how
2
long?
years.
2 years.
So this is my third year now.
And he didn't start like regular people. I mean, he his story is hilarious.
Yeah,
okay,
it's
like
crazy.
the way he came to become a GM, that's what basically kicked off our conversation. It's
Right.
hilarious. But the thing is that he learned everything on the job.
On the job.
He had to go for training, learn this job, bump his head, and I'm getting the benefits of not making the mistakes that he made, so that way I can go and do the job right.
Of course.
What with you working as hard as you do, as you play as hard as you do, how do you take? What is your, if you don't mind me asking, what is your way of trying to stay healthy? What were you doing at the time?
I wasn't doing anything. I'd eat what I want, drink what I want. I never drank or smoked in my life, so that was the thing that mentally, because the game is mental.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got fat guys who can play, small guys, tall guys.
Very true.
You got all different sizes, and everybody can play. But the game is 90% mental, only 10% physical. So that's that's one of the things that I was using as my advantage was, well, while everybody else is out smoking and drinking and doing things of that nature, I was always going to
more
not do
discipline.
that. I was going to be more disciplined when it came to that, but big time red meat eater, like everything they say don't do now,
You were doing.
I was doing, but with the exception of the smoking and the drinking and stuff like that, any kind of drugs or paraphernalia that has anything to do with that, none of that. But that was my mental driver. Is like when I was having to drive by somebody, I'm thinking to myself, when he fouls me and I score, I'm like, you were smoking last night. I wasn't. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So that was my mental advantage, was while you were drunk, I was sober. You know what I mean?
Lit.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where you take those small things as an athlete. Those small things make a huge difference because that's the only advantage you have.
Tell me about these.
Oh, man, love them. Need them. Well, needed them. Needed them, but
You said needed.
Man, I haven't drinking a Sprite in 2 weeks. I haven't drinking a Gatorade.
Okay, all right. Now listen, y'all gotta understand something, okay? We just met.
Yeah, we just met.
We have no personal ties.
Nothing.
Everything we learned about each other, we learned on the job.
Yep. On that Thursday night and Friday when I trained you, and then after that,
that was it.
I haven't even worked with you.
That's right. We haven't had a night
no,
together.
we haven't.
So we worked one night. We started working. We started talking maybe about 9:00.
Yeah.
We started the shift at 6.
Yeah.
We started out talking 9:00. We stayed talking
Yep.
and talking to other people as they came into the shift
Yeah.
until I got off at 7 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a conversation that just flowed.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting there thinking about what I do with you guys during the day. I'm not thinking about that.
Yeah. I have no idea.
It just happened. It's in the conversation. It's in me because I believe so much in it. It comes in me. I give it out. And as we're talking, I'm just like, I'm going to get you some water,
Right.
and we start talking. That's the last time I worked with you.
That's the last time I drank anything. Before that shift, that's the last time I had anything. Now, I've had, like I told you before, remember I was telling you I ate and I enjoyed a drink to go with my food. So I was like, I did drink some Gatorade to eat with. But that was it. I have not had just, it doesn't even, it gives me no pleasure. Like, I'm still thirsty. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it used to quench my thirst.
But you
Sprite,
still be
any of
thirsty.
that. But, man, like I'm telling you.
So you got to tell me. I mean, okay, so it's been a while.
Mhm.
You hit me up and you told me.
Right.
You guys know this is how our relationship is, okay? I worked with the man one time.
Yep.
I barely found out he was a pro ball player a couple days ago, okay? And I was like, really? And like listening to him and hearing him talk, I'm like,
But you found out because I was telling you I played in the league on
he played in the
Monday.
league, yeah.
Remember, so I hadn't seen you. We worked Thursday and Friday.
Yeah.
And then I came back on Monday, and I'm like, man, I played in the league. I barely sweated. Like, everybody else was out there dying, and I felt like if I would have had this during my career, man, like it would have been crazy. Now, mind you, I'm 39 years old. You know what I mean? I'm not.
And you don't look
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Thank
You
you. I
don't look it.
appreciate
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
But I'm at that time where I'm done with basketball. I do it to stay in shape. I do it for it's basically my poker night with the fellas.
Wow.
Like I go shoot the breeze with all the guys. We all hang out. It's my chance to hang out with my friends that are married or not married or whatever. But since I don't go club or anything, because I'm so passionate about my career now and just being the best GM I can be, I distance myself from all the little extra stuff, and I use basketball as my time, my free time. I guess that's my therapeutic session is when I get with the fellas, we yak it up, we ball, and then I go on about my life, and that's what keeps me sane in those weeks when I'm working 60 hours a week and I'm like, I don't get to do anything I want to do.
Then I gotta let you talk.
Oh, okay.
And I want you to explain what has happened since you drank the water. First, a little bit about what it was like before you drank the water, and what's it been like since you started.
Okay, so before I drank the water, I never drank water, ever. Like, first of all, I played in Mexico my last 8 years, and you just don't trust the water out there. Like, you know what I mean? Let's just be honest.
Right.
I love Mexico.
Right.
They know I'm a Hall of Famer over there now. Like, that's my baby.
Right.
I represent Mexico. I have a tattoo that represents Mexico. So, those things are important to me. Mexico was a very big time in my life. It made me the person I am. It taught me work ethic. It
Viva
taught me
Mexico. Viva Mexico. Okay.
Exactly. So
All
it
right.
taught me everything I know. I actually learned the language and was able to actually, when I was getting a job, I could speak Spanish, so I could talk to the housekeepers and stuff.
Wow.
But before, I didn't know I was missing anything. So it's kind of hard for me to sit up here and say, oh, I didn't have this or I didn't have that, because, I train here in Albuquerque, and I would go over to Mexico, and, it's sea level in Mexico, so I'd run all day. I never stopped because I didn't have the elevation.
Right.
And so I can't tell you that, oh, everything was so bad before, because I didn't know. I thought everything was great, But once I started drinking this water, it was crazy, because I woke up in the morning and remember how you were telling me you're going to finish this bag quickly, and I'm like, man, I don't drink enough water. I don't even like water enough to finish this whole bag. You'll be lucky if I finish this whole bag by the end of the year,
Right.
But nothing could quench my thirst. So, I met you Thursday and Friday. Saturday, I'm drinking the bag of water before I go to bed. Sunday, I finished the bag of water. So in the middle of the night, I'm waking up, and like I said, I have league on Sunday and I have league on Monday.
Right.
So I get off of work at 6:30. I finish the bag at work or whatever. I go play. Once I get done playing, I go home. I no longer have the water. But because I'm loving this water, I get some alkaline water, which is just alkaline in a bottle from maybe Sam's Club or something like that.
Right.
And so I'm like, well, this has the same alkaline in it, so I'm going to go ahead and drink this. Man, I was so thirsty that night, man. I kept waking up, and the regular water, it wasn't quenching my thirst. So I'm like, oh, man, what's going on? So that's why on that Monday, after I played in the game, I think it might have been Tuesday, we actually met.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I can't even, like, my mouth is dry, finally, and I always thought I was hydrated. And I remember you telling me, like, you've never been hydrated.
Never been hydrated before.
And I'm like, I wouldn't know any better. And now it's like, if I'm not drinking this water, man, I feel lethargic. Like, and then I was telling you again, like, and I'm waking up early in the morning, like,
Wow.
I'm ripping and running now. And it's like, I sleep for 4 hours and I'm ready to get back at it.
It's amazing. And the thing was, at first when you say you never drink water, I'm like, okay. Everybody said that. You don't drink. I'm like, how you never? Listen, his coworkers was like, he drank water? Like, the look on their face is like.
When they saw me drinking the bag, they're like, what is in this? Like, and I kept telling them, vibranium.
Yeah, it's that vibranium.
I said, Wakanda forever.
Oh, hey, listen, y'all, this has inspired me and fired me up to where I'm just like, man, I got to get on the water more myself. You know what I mean? And so I stepped it up. Because the thing is, I can't have the man that I just went and told about and everything, like, out drinking me. So I've been stepping my water up. You know what I mean? You see, I got my cup right here. You know what I mean? I'm staying on it, And it's a trick. Because when he told me, I was just like, wow. And he's so excited. He hits me up, and he's telling me, man, you got to tell people about this water. You got to go and shut it out. We're not doing business together. I work for the man. This is my boss. All right? This is my boss. I don't know if y'all realize I'm saying this is my boss. And he was so motivated. I was like, well, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and get us on live, and I'm going to show you what it is that you're doing.
Right.
I'm going to explain to you a little bit about what it is you went and put in you. and that way you could tell some of your friends.
And that's the thing is like when I would go play basketball, like I said, they would all see me with this bag of water,
Right.
and that's a great. And I think the bag is great because it's something nobody's seen.
Yeah.
So like I was telling you, my little daughter, she'd see this little bag, and I see her come and sip on it. That's the bag there.
Yeah.
So she would come and sip on it because I was telling her vibranium was in it, and she's a softball player, and so they think like my dad is drinking that, and my dad hits the ball far.
Yeah,
they're gonna keep up with me because they're chips off the old block basically, and so she would be drinking it, and I'm like, but it's the bag. So when guys see me carry that bag into the gym, they're like,
what is
what's
that
going
about?
on? Now I knew I could easily take a cup of water or a bottle of water, or a bottle of water or the same kind of container you have and drink that. But I brought the bag on purpose because I wanted to see if they saw a difference in me. I wanted to see. Now I'm a good player, so it's
That was the thing you said during the game.
yes,
When you usually play ball, you sweat.
sweat like crazy.
Now,
That's how I know I'm out of shape.
y'all gotta understand something. How old?
I'm 39 years old.
Been stopped playing pro ball. How long?
2 years ago.
Currently a GM,
GM at the Holiday Inn Express in Bernalillo.
a father.
Yes.
Okay. Now he has played at a professional level. For all y'all out there, like, I get that, bro. Okay. All right. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, listen. If you talk to him, you could talk to the man and know he gonna ball you, dog.
Yeah, I don't mess around.
You don't mess
I
around.
don't mess around.
So when he says that he sweated a lot when he was playing ball,
Yeah.
that's no joke. I thought, I was like, okay, he sweat a lot. But he said, what?
Man, when I played on that Sunday and that Monday, didn't sweat. I was literally out there like, this is too easy. And everybody's looking at me like, and I don't know that they don't understand I'm drinking the water yet, so they don't know that I'm not sweating. But in my mind, I'm like, when everybody else, I was telling you, when the game started, we were all on the same level.
You see me drinking, right? You see me
But
drinking.
when the game started, we were all on the same level. And I told you, I said, it just reached a point where when they started to slow down,
That's
that's
what you
when
said.
I started taking off. And I'm like, that's why it became so easy, is because normally we're all slowing down together. So by the time the fourth quarter, it's a war of attrition, So by the fourth quarter, it's who is mentally tougher. That's who wins the game. It's not about physicality anymore. It's about
Who's
can
mentally
sustain
strong.
right, who can sustain that level of mental, without fatiguing you mentally. Because like I said, the physical part is what it is.
See, I got to tell you, I went and brought in two of his favorite drinks. Okay, y'all can see here I got Gatorade and I got Sprite. Okay, I listened when this man talking and everything. What he said, he said that he would drink this with meals. This was his go-to drink. He never drank any water. Okay, now keep in mind, I know a lot of y'all out there were like, "Oh, that's terrible." Why would you drink that? Okay, have you ever played pro ball before? Hush up right now, okay? Hush up, for real. Like you ain't talk about the man. The man performed, you know what I'm saying? He's just doing what he knew to do,
Yes.
what he came to know to do, okay? But let me show you. This right here, probably one of the number one sports drinks.
Oh yeah, everybody drinks that.
Everybody is on it. They're like, listen, you got to drink Gatorade. That's the one go-to drink,
Yep.
okay? And this is Sprite. Now, I want you to understand something. The acidity level of these drinks, your stomach, you have stomach acid,
Yeah.
okay? And a lot of people think, oh, it's this pool of acid sitting there. No, you have cells that generate acid into your stomach or secrete it as food comes in. It triggers it, okay? The level of acidity in your stomach acid, right, is similar to a car battery,
Oh, okay.
okay? So it's that strong.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen anybody go and clean their car battery
Yeah,
post
they
with
do
soda?
with Coke.
With
Yeah,
Coke.
put Coke on there.
Yeah, because it has the same acidity. That's how acidic it is, okay? And then these are some of the popular drinks you may drink. Dasani, Aquafina, right? These are both produced by major Coca-Cola and
yeah.
Pepsi-Cola, okay? Would you say, if in 1 week, how much Gatorade would you go through?
Man. It's the only thing I drank.
Only
I
thing
would
you
only eat. I would only drink Sprite when I was at work, when I felt like I needed to wake up, or when I was in Mexico. I would drink a lot of Sprite because they would say the meat wouldn't be cooked correctly.
Right.
So they would say the acid would kill like some of the germs or whatever. So I would drink Sprite then. So I'll probably drink a Sprite. Like if I went to, let's say, your regular fast food restaurant, I'm gonna get a Sprite. you know, because they're not gonna have Gatorade. Like, you're not gonna be able to go to like sit down at Applebee's and be like, yo, let me get a Gatorade, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So I would drink Sprite when I'm sitting, or like, let's say I went to a fast food joint like Popeyes or something, I would get a Sprite, you know. And so that's about how much I drink. But Gatorade all day long.
All day long.
Like,
Now the thing is that a lot of people don't know, when you drink anything acidic, when you have anything acidic in your body, okay, your body is naturally alkaline. Okay, in order for your body to perform, for it to protect itself,
right.
okay, you have certain minerals that your body would feed off of. You would get these out of most of your foods, especially green foods.
Right.
Okay, when when you don't have that available and it has to work extra hard, it pulls those minerals from your blood, your bones, and your skin.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so the more it has to work hard and it pulls that from you, it could cause what are called acidic diseases.
Right.
Okay, you have people that get diabetes, you have people that get cancer, you get people that get heart disease, right? Or simple, lethargic, tired.
That was me.
And that was you.
That was definitely me.
Okay, now with that happening, that also means you have a reduction in oxygen because one, oxygen itself, if you're not getting enough into your blood, you take it in through hydrogen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Water. If you're not getting enough in, it's going to cause a reverse effect, kind of like if you had to go and grow wine. You're going to have yeast, okay? It's going to feed off the just sugars in your body. Now, what I did is I went and told you about Kangen water for you to drink it. And it's a very hydrogen-rich water, okay, which is the most basic element out there. Now, I could go all into the science of it. I'm going to tell you the way I understand and how I feel.
Okay, yeah.
The water's the bomb, okay? That's how I can say. I can sit there and go into it. The water's the bomb. I know when I started drinking it, what it did for me, I would never sleep. I could sleep like a baby when I drink it. I don't drink it, and I don't sleep, okay? When I was talking with you and you're telling me you're tired, and I was like, well, you know, we start talking more about health, and I said, well, you probably shouldn't drink those things. I wasn't telling you like,
no, you didn't tell me nothing about the water.
I didn't say
you told
anything
me about what I was drinking, what I was eating, what the stuff I was taking.
That's right.
We talked about that, and then you was destroying my view on all my stuff I like, and then I was like,
some people don't like me talking
with
to them because, like, when I start talking, I'll tell you about the foods you eat, and I'll tell you that, you know, they're bad for you, and they're like, nah. That's my favorite. Don't tell me about the food.
Don't tell me about no bacon.
Yeah,
don't tell me about no lobster.
Yeah. So he, needless to say and everything, man, he had me going, and I'm like, I didn't even bring up the water.
You never brought up the water at all.
In fact, when did I finally bring up the water?
The next day, because that day we were talking, and then Holly had came in. Remember, she came in probably like mid shift, about 5 o'clock in the morning.
That's right.
To relieve me. And then we started talking, and you're like, I'm going to give you some water. And that's when it happened. You're like, drink some water.
That's all I said, huh?
Make you feel better. You didn't tell me what was in it. You didn't tell me none of that. You were just like, drink some water. Because that day, remember, Will came, and we were talking about how you guys wanted me to watch that video, what the hell.
Yeah.
And so,
did you ever watch that
about milk? No, I wasn't going to let you guys.
But you drank the water, though.
The water. You know what I mean? Now I'm killing the water. But I didn't watch it. Only because I didn't really have time at the time, you know what I mean? I was trying to train you, and, you know, my sleep schedule was off, and, like, the kids were in town. But
I didn't even tell them about the water.
Yeah, but you never told me about the water, and then you were just like, I'm going to give you a bag of water. Tell me how you feel. Remember? You were like, I'm going to give you a bag of water. Just tell me how you feel.
So you could tell I was in work mode.
Right,
my whole thing is like, this is my boss.
Right.
This is my boss. I'm not thinking about, I don't know, I was like, okay, you know, I'm going to get some water, cool.
Right,
I'm
you
going
were
back
like,
to my
so
job.
drink this because you've never been hydrated before in your life. Because remember, I was telling you about everything that happened, that I eat this food, and you're like, man, if you're drinking that, you've never actually been hydrated. Drink my water for a week, and you're going to be fine.
I'm going to explain why I told him you're not hydrated before, okay? So everybody knows what this is, okay? It's a simple tea bag. Y'all probably see it right there. Here, I'll go and switch the camera so y'all can see. All right? So it's a simple tea bag, all right? Yamamoto tea. This is actually one of the best green teas you could get, okay? Real good tea, and it tastes delicious. Now, this bag, I just pull it out of here, and you see, okay? Now, your cells, okay? Where your cells are, you're positively charged. I'm positively charged. We all are, okay? Your cells work off fire, neutrons, all that stuff and everything. Basically, what it is that anything that is also positively charged, it won't accept. Think of it like two two magnets.
Yeah, they're not going to.
Yeah, but a negative and positive, they attract.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you take in water, what's supposed to happen is supposed to travel through your cells, and it'll pick up whatever's inside the cell, carry it off, and then it will deposit whatever nutrients are inside the water.
Right.
Okay. Now, you see I just went and poured in Sunsani in here, right? Now, usually when you have to go and make tea, what you'll do is you'll heat up the water.
Yeah.
Do you know why you heat up the water?
I was thinking so so it can extract all the minerals or whatever it
Yeah.
is in that tea bag.
Well, the way it is that water itself has a body. Okay, it has cells in it. Okay, it's not just like floating there. It actually has a body. So right now, the size of the cell, the formation of the cells are like jam packed. So it's hard. If you want to make it thinner or smaller, you have to heat it up so the molecules start bouncing around, right? And they bounce around and everything, they get inside and they extract it.
Got it.
Okay. Now, because it's so thick, when you drink it, a lot of times if you ever drink water, you feel the gugglies.
Yeah.
You're not actually absorbing it. You're only getting about 12%. Okay, as you can see, look, see how it's starting to seep out as it sits here? The water's warming up. It's letting it go through a little bit, right? Okay. Now, with Kangen water, because the water is already small and it's already charged, right? Because of this, it's able to penetrate and hydrate you at a level that you've never been hydrated before. Now, it's been sitting in this, okay? I'm going to take it and just set it off in here and just bounce it around. Okay?
Wow.
Now, this isn't really shocking. A lot of people are like, well, it's already been sitting in there, so that's the reason why.
No.
All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to take this right here. I'm going to grab some Aquafina, okay? Remember, the bag's already wet. It's been sitting, okay? It's been sitting. It's not like I'm... Here, I'll even do this. I'll put the bag in here first, just so you know I'm not tricking y'all. Here you go. And I'm going to pour the water on it. Right? You would think it would be tea.
Yes.
Okay? I'm going to take the same tea bag. Okay? I'm not going to pour on top of it unless... No, I'm not going to pour it. I don't, if you don't believe, you don't believe.
Right.
All right? I'm going to take the same tea bag and I'm gonna bring it over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? Just to prove to you how hydrating it is. Remember I told you this water actually is dehydrating. Right. Because the fact it's so acidic and there's so many chemicals in it that they actually put in these bottles, it pulls away from your natural minerals in your body. Okay? Plus it's thick. It's hard. You can't. It's not really hydrating. It's not really penetrating the cells of the tea that's in there. Kangen water is so hydrating, it'll actually hydrate the water that you've been drinking. It'll bring out all the things that are hiding inside those cells to the surface. Okay? It brings out the tea. So you thought, oh, there's no tea in there. It is there.
Yeah.
It's just not able to come out.
And that's what you meant by like 14% we take in from this, but we take in what, like 90%?
About
of this water.
85% you actually absorb of this water.
Right.
So you have people that are like, they start drinking and they're like, man, I drink water and I'll be like, all right, I went to the bathroom like 20 times. Or, usually I drink water and I'm always going to the bathroom because they're not absorbing it.
My bathroom stuff has not changed. Like, I don't go to the bathroom anymore that I drink this than I was before.
Wow. So you're actually absorbing it.
Yeah, that's it.
So you just know, anytime that before you've never been hydrated, this right here, this is hydration.
Right.
It's so hydrating. Do you take, what do you call it, supplements, things like that to go on? No? Okay, there's a lot of athletes I know that do, right?
A lot, and only reason why I didn't get into the supplement thing is because, they drug test. So you got to have, if they don't know, like, let's say, for
they're not
us,
familiar
FIBA,
with
it. FIBA has their certain rules. If you take the wrong thing and someone sees that you're taking the wrong thing, it's not going to, you could get suspended for all that. So to me, I was just like, if I can't do it natural, and that was my biggest thing when I was playing. I'm not going to do it. I don't need nothing else to beat you guys. You know what I mean? It's mental.
I just took a tea bag. I just poured a little bit in this cup here. Okay, y'all can see that. All right. Now, I'm going to take some Aquafina. Okay. Whenever you take supplements, I know y'all heard, whether it be CBD oils, whether it be just natural herbs, whatever it may be, you're only absorbing so much because your body can't break it down. Okay, you can't take it. So by the time it gets to your small intestine, it already washes out. It goes out of the system. So you can see here, right? That's what's happening whenever you take a supplement. It's not actually being absorbed into your body.
Right.
With Kangen water, it will allow you to release the power of what's in it and bring it out. Okay? So you will get better results from your supplements.
Right.
From, for all those athletes out there.
Right. That use supplements, this is it.
Exactly. For those that are like, hey, I'm having problems with my skin. I have pain. I can't sleep at night. If you're taking certain supplements, you want to have better results.
It's going to bring it out.
Do Kangen water.
Right.
Now, over here, you see I went and did some drinks. Your Sprite, the Dasani. Here's another aspect of it, okay? Because of the fact that it's so acidic, right? understand that in an alkaline body, which your body's naturally supposed to be, your blood is slightly alkaline. If you and remember, anything I tell you, you don't have to take my word
You
for it.
can
Check with
research
any
it.
nurse, check
Yeah.
with any doctor, okay?
Research it.
And what's amazing to me, when you go to the hospital, the first thing, if you say that you're sick, you got shot, whatever it may be, the first way that they treat you, the first diagnosis you get, or I say the first treatment you ever receive in a hospital, is an IV.
Right.
If water was not that important to our lives, why is it the first thing they introduce to your body?
Yeah.
Y'all got to think about that. It's the first thing they introduce. And the thing is about it that it is regulated to go and have your blood at 7.3, slightly alkaline, okay? It's hard for disease to exist in an alkaline state.
Okay.
It's easy for it to exist in an
Oh, yeah.
acid state.
Right.
Okay. These are what called pH drops.
Mhm.
Okay. This is going to measure the amount of potential hydrogen, whatever it may be that you're taking in. Okay. So acidic is more towards the range like orange, right? You know, as you get bluer and higher, then you're more alkaline.
Right. Right.
So this is your Sprite, and here's your Gatorade. This is your, I believe that was Aquafina. And let me see if I got some more drops over here. And I believe this one is Dasani. I'm gonna just squeeze like that. There we go. Okay. Now you see they're all kind of acidic, but these ones are a little bit more alkaline.
Yeah.
What you call base. Okay. Reason why? There is no regulation on bottled water. Okay. You can literally go to any tap water, and you could go and pour it into a bottle as long as you got a nice little label, and you can sell it.
Yeah.
You can market it and say, hey, it's purified drinking water. Literally, it is. It's been run through systems. The only thing they did is they added chlorine, they added fluoride, all these things to kill diseases in the water, but they didn't remove it before it went into your body. So
Right.
you're actually taking it in.
Right.
Okay. Now, if you've been drinking all your life these things, okay? Say you've been drinking Dasani, you've been drinking Aquafina. The good news is that you can make yourself more in an alkaline state. You can get yourself in good health. Just a little bit of drink. That's why when you said you drank a little bit of the water, and all of a sudden
Right.
you were like, "Wow, I feel great."
Right.
To me, I still go, "Okay, for real." Like you know what I mean?
Yeah. No.
But it's true. You have brought yourself back to an alkaline state. That's the beautiful part of it. Problem is, if you have been drinking these ones, right? You say you've been drinking soda, you've been
Man.
drinking Gatorade,
a whole life.
right? It takes a lot longer to
get
pull
in.
yourself out of that state.
Right.
Okay? So that's why when I told you, you got to get a gallon in. I
Right.
knew. I was like, you
Right.
have to get a gallon in. As soon as you do that, you're good to go. When at first, I think you told me, yeah, you were feeling good, but I think it's all in my head.
Yeah, I told you. I said this might just be in my head,
Yeah.
but I'm feeling all right.
I knew as soon as you went and got through that, I was like, he's going to feel it. And sure, I won't say sure, but I guess I could. It's my
Yeah.
station. Sure as shit.
Yeah.
You told me, I mean, the way you told me and how you're explaining it, I'm like, wow, this water is amazing.
What was that? That was Wednesday.
Yes, it
so
was.
So Monday we talked again, and then on Wednesday that's when I told you, like, man,
I was
need
like, I gotta
more
get you
water.
another. I
Yeah,
gotta get
you
you
gotta
another
bag.
You gotta get another bag.
Yeah,
'Cause
because I was like, man,
you gotta stay up on it. Now that you have it,
Yeah.
I can't let you go back down.
Right.
You
Don't-
gotta perform.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, because of the fact that if you ever go back to this, right? Say you're like, well, I don't know if that's really true.
Right.
Okay, test it. Go ahead and get yourself some Gatorade and go play and see if you feel good.
Oh
as you-
yeah. No.
Yeah,
I don't even have time to waste like that. I'm gonna stick with this.
As soon as you go and bring it into your system again,
Oh yeah.
it does not waste time killing it. You could go and drink Kangen water. So this is not like a magic pill where it's like, oh yeah, you know, I drink carb water. I'm defenseless against anything now.
Right.
I'll eat lobster. No. Look, you see how I went tissot.
The lobster.
Yeah, I hit that
Yeah,
lobster.
the
That's his
lobster.
thing right
That's
there. I'm
my
like,
thing.
like, don't say lobster. I'm like, okay, you gotta know. As soon as you put that back in your body, you put yourself back in an acidic state. You put yourself in a situation and everything that's not going to be healthy for you, and it's going to be against your best interest.
Right.
Okay, so definitely stay on top of drinking the water. Stay with it.
So do I get to drink these when I'm eating, or because I ain't trying to go back to this state right here?
Hey, well, listen. As soon as you start to eat, that's what's happening. Now, you had brought up about the fact that if you drink it, the acid will kill the food.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's not true.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's not true. Your stomach has acid to break down the food. Where the magic happens in your small intestine. Okay,
Got it.
when your body's not alkaline, if you're not alkaline right, because you're sick or whatever, maybe you have a fever, you have, something's making it to where your liver is not able to produce bile and deliver to your small intestine. If that happens, you're going to find yourself getting sicker and sicker and
Got it,
sicker.
got it.
Okay, when you're alkaline, because your liver is like 10 point something alkalinity. It's a high alkalinity.
Okay.
When it knows you're about to break down food, what it does is it delivers bile into your small intestine. That's where your food breaks down. It pulls all the fat from your food. Okay. Now, because of the fact, if you like, you're in great shape. You're taking good. I know that you said you're out of shape.
Yeah,
but for a
for a professional basketball
Okay.
player, I'm saying I'm not in shape because if I went and played, I would be like,
Yeah.
I'd have to be at another level. You know, I'd have to go a step level higher than what I am right now to play at that level. And so
Okay.
I'm not in shape when it comes to that. But as far as just like,
in your stand,
the
yeah.
average Joe, like, of course, I'm in better shape than him.
So with you, your body is naturally smart. It's smart. It'll protect you. Okay. What a lot of people don't know is that whenever you take in a foreign body, something that is not supposed to be in the body, it has ways of defending yourself. You have different white blood cells, whatever it may be, a fight, but also you have a natural storage locker in your body. Okay. The storage locker you have are called fat cells. Whenever these different things come in your body, your fat cells will absorb it and hold on to it just like a storage locker.
Right.
Okay. Now, if you are not properly hydrated, it'll take longer to get it out of your body.
Right.
If you find yourself putting in even more fat, more fats, and more fats, more unhealthy fats, then you're developing more and more fat cells to capture those. So it's not the fat cells that you're getting is not because you're not eating right. It's because it's trying to protect the rest of your major organs from the things you're taking in that aren't good for your body.
Okay, got it.
So it's like, okay, trap that, trap this, trap this. Okay, we'll get rid of it, however it may be. Okay, so the good thing is it will protect you. It's not saying you could just go out and go eat lobster and be straight. That's not what I'm saying.
No, I
You
get
can't
it,
go
I
out
get
and
it.
eat pork and all of a
Right,
sudden,
right.
okay, I'm gonna be safe.
Right.
Pork has its own personal worm. It has its own, we ain't getting that.
We
The point is, you can't just be like, I'm gonna eat it. I'm Superman.
Right.
Okay. The point is that if you are going to be taking in things like that, you want to make sure your body is highly alkaline. You want to make sure that your point. So what I recommend to you is before you go eat, take your Congo water with you. About 30 minutes before, drink you about. You probably weigh about 170.
I'm 190.
190.
Yeah.
So if you're 190, 75% of your body weight
Right.
divided by 5, drink that before you start to eat.
Okay.
Give it 30 minutes. Right when you're about to start your meal, your best bet is like a little bit of vinegar.
Oh, okay.
A little bit of vinegar. Drink that. It's going to be acidic,
Right.
but it's better than you taking in these things here.
Right.
Okay, it's more natural and it turns alkaline in your system.
Oh,
Okay, lemon water is really good. And then 30 minutes after your meal, go and start drinking your Congo.
But you said I could put like something inside of this. Like I could put like a Kool-Aid or something in there.
Okay, so the thing was about Kool-Aid. All right, I know a lot of people. A lot of people drink Kool-Aid and wrong with Kool-Aid. Watch, look at it. I don't know if I show you this, but see how I was fighting with it to bring it back. That's crazy. So the thing about Kool-Aid, if you make Kool-Aid, you have to add a lot of sugar to make it taste
Yeah.
good. Okay. The reason why sugar itself it binds to it and it helps it to where it brings out some, but mostly what you're taking in is sugar. Okay. It'll help bring out the flavor more in the water.
Right.
When you use Congo water, just how I showed you how it goes and brings out that tea, it's going to do that to the Kool-Aid.
Right. So you ain't gonna have to use.
You don't
as
have to
much.
use as much sugar. So all my brothers and sisters out there, you doing a lot of Kool-Aid, okay, and you taking in this whole, couple, but whatever. You don't have to do all that. Just
So even like the water enhancers that are like in every.
what they call the EO.
Yeah, like stuff like that,
Yeah,
like,
you could do those. Yeah, you could do
Wow.
those. The good thing is the water is alkaline, so it'll keep it up there.
Right.
But it does pull on it some.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you can manage to drink it just the water, great. But sometimes you want some flavor. So
Right, right.
add some lemon, add your, whatever it may be. But your majority of what you drink, you want to make sure it's this. Okay.
Yeah.
And then, of course, if anybody else on your page, hey, they want to know more about this water, I'll go more in depth and show them a lot more of the things that we could do. I mean, the possibilities are endless when it comes to water.
Right.
You're 75% water
You
as
would
it
tell me
is.
even cook with it. and all
Yeah,
that, like,
the machine. We have the machines here. We'll explain to you over here at the HydroBar. I'll be glad to go and tell you about it and show you how they work. But you can cook with this water. You can clean with this water. Your whole entire house. You protect your children with this water. You can make if anybody out there has babies, baby formula is slightly alkaline. So they always tell you use tap water when you make the formula. You could use this instead, and the great thing about it is that it's naturally alkaline for the baby. It helps them to go and absorb it better, the nutrients,
Right.
but get rid of the bad stuff out of their system a lot
Right,
faster.
right.
So you got more healthy bowel movements. They're feeling good, help them go regulate their temperature, so
Right.
less them getting sick. So I mean, there's so many things we could go into, But I'm just glad that you're on it right now,
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
and I can show you a little bit of what
Definitely.
what's happening. And do you have any other questions though that before we conclude here? Because
I just want to share this on my page.
Oh yeah.
That way, anybody who's interested, they can get in contact with me, and then I can push them on to you guys and let you know what's going on.
Yeah.
It's not a business venture. Anybody out there who thinks it's a business venture, it's got nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
I just feel extremely healthy for the first time in my life, and I just want to share this. Like, I want to share it. If you don't want to do it, if you want to keep doing what you've been doing, that's not my prerogative. Like, I'm gonna do what I do to make me healthy. But I just think it's something that's important that I should share with my people, so that way they have an opportunity to be successful.
I think that people really should appreciate the fact that you're looking out for them like this.
Of course.
A lot of people, they would get something and be like, I'm gonna keep this to myself.
Mhm.
Hold
Yeah,
it down.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Nah,
I'm
you
a
always
point
been
guard.
about helping people.
I'm a point guard. I got to get them the ball. You know what I mean? I got to give them an opportunity to shine too.
There it is. Smooth rock.
All right, man.
All right, so y'all tuned in to my page. Definitely appreciate y'all tuning in, joining with us. And as I said, if you ever have any questions, don't be afraid to reach out, okay? Until then, stay green. Appreciate
All
it.
right, y'all.